Theoretically, on the side of Jin Air, it's the same thing, but no swaps are going to come in. That's going to be Khan on the Victor top lane. The Urgot in the mid lane for Faker there as well. And I want to go over to the other side. You talk about the cleanest Lee Sin. Well,
Klepto procs and early tier and Dasheen are almost guaranteed when you're against a Kaiser Khan.
And it is double Klepto versus no Klepto, which is probably why we're experiencing a 500 gold lead as Malrang once again going to stand out of the brush, but slightly out
Show
of
us the
vision
hail of
range.
blades, Malrang.
Yeah, Khan is going to get slowed down. The flash over the gravity field. Can he actually escape this? The hail of blades does a lot of damage, but not quite enough. Red Bull burns down, and he picks it up. Already had the skirmishes saber, so the smite was enough to help out.
We already mentioned how bot lane was going to be a wash for them. How about Infernal Drake to get an extra advantage around there?
Yeah, uncontested. SKT will just take that one for free. 1,000 gold now, going to be the lead there as well, almost passively.
So how do you play out the mid game if you're SKT as well? A lot of fans will be asking. The way these Ezreal Tahm Kench comps work is they are so good in mid lane.
Well,
but
there's the grand entrance. We've got the heroic entrance to come down as well, but the combination not quite enough. Cleared, grabs that first kill, sacrifices himself, but able to get one back after all of those ultimates is certainly a big deal. Chongo now up against Faker and the rest of the team as well. That Justice Punch looked real interesting, but it wasn't enough to get him out of dodge. And that's going to be 2 going over to SKT.
They try for a desperate all-in. Like you say, probably the first grand entrance and quickness of the game.
Yeah.
And yet it's easily turned around as topside.
Well, Khan's the golden boy, and Linderung got made to look a little bit foolish. However, certainly still has a massive lead when it comes to the health bar. Khan can't get out of that one. Just a single charge on the decimating smash. Finishes him off, and Faker now just cleans up minions. As far as in a team fight, he's not going to be that brick wall that's blocking 3 of the other members from doing damage. Of course, Teddy, a lot of mixed damage, however, mostly physical.
And inevitably, it's not there anymore, but we'll hold the macro points because we might have a team fight.
Yeah, fight coming in here as Malrang does have that ultimate running. The stopwatch is down as Linderung makes his way into this fight as well. This is the Jin Air composition. This is what they want to do, but Linderung is just getting soloed out. No one else making their way in. The Chaos Storm just destroying Jin Air's bottom lane as Kellen existed once, but no longer. The fight continues on the top side. It is straight front to back from SKT, and the Zombie Scion cannot do anything. Jin Air just couldn't pull a trigger.
Clear looking for an execute on route. Will he hit this one?
Can he find it? Yes, he does. Oh, it was almost a bait, but who was baiting? Who was Clid goes golden. Linderung gets hit by the Q. Can he do it?
Oh!
Follows it through. He even gave Teddy the time to get the kill if he wanted to. Missed it. And then Clid able to follow up with a resonating strike. This is why you don't let him play the Lee Sin.
There's no Lee Syndrome problems with Clid.
Second Dragon to come in here. Remember, SKT did manage to get the first perfect game in the Kesper Cup.
You got to fight sometime, and maybe that sometime is now.
Yeah, but he also feels pretty irrelevant at this point. His root, it gets almost blown up in one combo. That was disgusting, as now Linderung has to flash out because he thought it was the go button, but no, they don't have an AD carry for this fight. Now they don't have a Scion. He is definitely dead. Teddy pops over the wall once again.
Jin Air only have all-in options. Galio has some decent wave clear, but a lot of it's short range. Here's the all-in!
Here we are. That's a 4-man quickness to start this one off. Could this be the team fight they're looking for? Is already Mato has fallen down. SKT, they do not want to bar of it. It's Fear Beyond Death. Just takes down Root. There's nothing that this Kaiser can do against this comp by the looks of things. And they're trying to get more. Chongo just goes the wrong way, gets picked off, and SKT, that looked like a fight they couldn't win, but still they're able to do it. Khan getting the Chaos Storm in there, pulled back onto the gravity field, and he'll go down to his zombie form, and I feel like the rest of the team may follow.
Jin Air finally pull off the execution the coach would have been looking for from the draft, but it's 10,000 gold behind. All of the damage still available on SKT, and they will win the game here.
I think that might have been a Sheen proc that took Kellen down to that low health bar, but Faker flash sustaining him. They want to get the kills before they finish off this Nexus. Half the health bar now. Root wants to try and get rid of it, but we've already gone picture-in-picture, and SKT take game 1 of LCK 2019.
SKT understood their team comp and played safe.
Really does have a lot of power.
But these are really, really interesting team comps coming out here based on how the game will play out. I'm sure there's Resident Sleepers in the chat. But what I want to point out here is SKT have gone for kind of a one threat. Yes, Rise the threat too, but largely this comp is about Teddy's damage and team fights you can appreciate. For now, at least for Sejuani, just like with the Lee Sin, Clid's happy to power farm it out.
Well, Linderung does have heroic entrance available to him here. This Khan flashes over, gets himself into his ultimate, but it's not enough. They take that first blood oh so easily, and the teleport, you can't escape those ones anymore. Faker has to get out of there, doesn't use the flash, thought he might have had to. Decimating smash, Grace wants more, goes in when he probably didn't want to, gets a double taunt, but he'll still probably go down. There we go, Faker gets the corrosive charge, but that was honestly a mistake from Grace.
Yeah, Clinton Faker's so smart. Here we go again.
I think I've seen this one before, Papa Smithy. Rune Prison is down, Khan gets out of the way of that one very, very easily. Heroic entrance is a little bit late, but decimating smash, just the tip. Picks up the kill on the rise for the second time, and Khan is being bullied so far this series.
Exactly, it happens in the YouTube videos, happening on the Rift as well, and this finding some gold parity. Maybe this Wombo combo might cause a lot more headaches for SKT T1 in game number 2.
Well, they are going to pick up the first Drake, so that's still good news, but they are behind in gold. You can't see that passive be thrown over, even though we did, as there's the engage. Malrong's here, but it's a 3v3. Teddy flashes out of the way beautifully, but in goes Root. I don't know whether it's the idea they wanted, because Mata still had the Devour available. It was all a bait. It was all a cunning ruse, and SKT, they win it in the bottom lane.
SKT had the information advantage. They were as a 5-man squad. Let's talk about the Infernal Drake, because, you know, the ults are available. SKT kind of has to fight for it. Seems like fireworks coming.
Though. Yeah, can he actually survive this is the question. There's just too much CC. He was trying to go left, trying to go right, couldn't do anything, and then he's in the air and he's dead.
We should call Peter. That was some atrocities committed on the Piggy. That Piggy taken down. Very, very harsh stuff. But Sejuani dead means that the Infernal does go to Jin Air, and this time the Wombo comes off.
Yeah, this is like an episode of Pimp My Boar and then turned into one of those documentaries that's really, really sad.
Already 2 items complete on this Varus. It's a Vayne build you see more commonly now, but it's an old favorite on the Varus, and it chunks people down. So Jin Air had no coordination around their Wombo. That's when all your buttons aren't pressed at the same time. SKT can fall back, they won in the group, and they win across the map. Maybe Aatrox just run. If Aatrox zones away Varus, Jin Air win the fight. So it's all about threat. Speaking of threat,
Linderung, few auto attacks there, but Teddy playing pretty safely. Faker in trouble. There's the unstoppable onslaught. Gets exhausted. Gets at least one knock-up, but we're trading ultimates everywhere. Grace does get one knock-up. Devour now on cooldown. That is super important as Faker might die. Winds of War going to be enough, augmented by Root's damage as Grace goes golden. This might be the fight that Jin Air were looking for. Teddy now has nowhere to go. In goes Root. Dives forward with the killer instinct, and it's named exactly right in this fight, as Jin Air walk away with all 5 members, but some low health bars.
And Faker and SKT got in pace for the Infernal, as the health bars are not the highest on the side of Jin Air, but that was the exact prototype of a fight that Jin Air could win.
And Grace is taking the Ignite this game, and I think this is the point where it did kind of bite them, because he could have gone back, could have got the teleport to get back in there.
The fact that Faker missed his ultimate there was actually very consequential. I guarantee if SKT get the Urgot ult off successfully, they will win a 5v5, but they're on Baron, and it's damn low.
Yeah, it's down to 2,000 health already. That one is definitely going to be taken here by SKT, but can they win the fight now? Realm Warp gets 3 of them out. Faker not going to survive, but they'll take 1 sacrificial lamb and a Baron any day of the week.
Oh, Jin Air with 2 respectful.
It's going to take them all over the map. They've already broken open the base. They take an inner turret there as well, and now Jin Air going for the desperation engage. Linderung getting his way forward. The Galio delivery system just isn't good enough, because Teddy, as soon as he gets a few auto attacks off, they're dead. Yes, you managed to get your buttons pushed in the right positions, but you need to survive, as Mata's just able to emote spam before Grace is even dead. Finally, they get some relevant damage on him, but that's after the whole team has bitten the dust.
Sometimes you gotta do it all yourself. Teddy says, not gonna worry about enemy position. I'm just gonna assassinate the enemy AD carry. He solo kills Root, and that will be the end of the game.
Yep, that is all she wrote, as Teddy just flashing for the fun of it. Linderung on his turret fountain is going to survive for the moment, so you can have that small win, my friend, but SKT will take the 2-0.
It turns out you can take the Teddy out of Jin Air and find some good results for SK Telecom T1. He was able to decide this game in the final fight by assassinating the enemy AD carry. Definitely some hiccups along the way for SKT, especially in game number 2. But in our big first series, the first series of 90 in Lowell Park, we will see SK Telecom T1 and the Dream Team take down Jin Air 2-0 and leave the SKT fan group largely content.
Yes, I'd say largely content. I think game number 2, Jin Air showed a whole lot more promise. I liked the composition. I feel like if it was more evenly matched as far as our teams, SKT would have had an even harder time of making that composition work, because a lot of other teams might have been a little bit more forceful. The mechanics might have been a little bit higher there in order to deny this. But congratulations to SKT.
First time to give the fans a bow after a regular season game. No boos, new LOL Park, new look SKT, and a 2-0 victory. As I'm hopefully we're going to hear some of the players here to pick their brains on what ended up being a pretty quick one. An hour 45 here for our 2-0 guys. We will still have fixed start times, and we have a great second match as Damwon Gaming will play Gen G at 8 p.m. Korean Standard Time after about an hour 15 break. We've definitely got some more show for you before we take that break, but filling in all the information as SKT pick up their peripherals and exit LOL Park for the first time with a smile.
Yeah, I'm wondering about who is going to be the MVP for this one as well. I mean, I feel like Teddy is a relatively obvious choice, but Mata had great positioning. His Abyssal Voyages were fantastic. Somehow Khan got to a 1,000 gold bounty on Rise that was 0-2-0, which I think also needs to be recognized. There's a lot of strong plays, but more as a team here for SKT in game number 2, as opposed to Lee Sin styling all over Jin Air in game 1.